Hey guys, it's Claudia and Josh here from Accelerate Off-Grid Touring. Today, Josh is doing the last little bits on a Lovells suspension. So we've filmed the entire thing. We're just going to go through and, I don't know, do a little bit of a Q&A and ask a few questions about suspension in a 300 series. So when a customer brings in their car, what can they expect to sort of happen in the workshop? Like I know I saw this car go up on some scales. So what's the whole process with that?
Yep, so when the car comes into us, we do pre-lift measurements. So we do measurements on front and rear, left and right, to make sure that we actually have consistency through the vehicle before we start the work. The vehicle then, as you said, Claudia, goes up on some scales. So we weigh the vehicle pre and post work so that we can provide accurate change from the suspension alone. So when we weigh the vehicle before, it's as the vehicle arrives to us. So in this case, this vehicle had half a tank of fuel. So we've got a calculation for that. And then when we're finished putting all the suspension together, they get weighed again. There's only a slight change with suspension, only might be 20 or 30 kilos depending on the kits. And then from there, we can then add the additional accessories we want from there, but we need to get the baseline figures, and then the customers are provided with those printouts as well from the scales before and after.
All right, I got another one for you. So this are there different levels of suspension, like this Lovells kit? Like what's this one and what are the other ones that the customer could have possibly opted for?
Yep. So with this one, this is a Lovells 4200 kilo GVM. So that means that the vehicle can carry 4,200 kilos to stay compliant and legal for the road. Being a Lovells kit, Lovells also offer a brakes towing upgrade as well. So the towing capacity will increase in proportion, providing the customer opts for the different Lovells components in the rear end as well.
Wait. So, Josh, why would someone opt and pay for upgraded suspension rather than just retaining the factory suspension?
The biggest issue with factory suspension is it's designed for a purpose, and generally from the manufacturer, that's cost. It's not for the functionality that the customers are going to want to use it for. So anybody who wants to load up their vehicle to tour, or tradies loading up for work with their utes and things like that, generally will carry more than the standard suspension is designed for every day. Standard suspension will handle it for a short period, but not for days on end.
So besides the big pretty blue springs that go in, what else goes into replacing a suspension or getting a suspension upgrade in a 300 series?
Yep. So for this particular kit, for Lovells, we've got the new springs, new shocks, and these guys have got upper control arms as well as part of their manufacturing upgrade. The springs are rated for a higher load. The control arms help with the geometry once it's a bit higher to keep the wheel alignment correct, as in a sense helping customers to not burn through tyres and things like that, because when you lift these vehicles, tyre wear will become an issue if it's not aligned correctly. So we get new springs, new shocks, there's new components, you can do lower arms, there's plenty of suspension that can be changed, and it's up to the customer's preference how far they want to go. But for this particular kit, these are our minimum requirements to satisfy Lovells.
With this car, was it pretty smooth sailing, or did you find some weird little things because this is a post-rego GVM, not pre-rego?
This one's not too bad. Being post, there's a little bit of flexibility. So as you see, like this has a bar already fitted to the car. If we were doing pre-rego, the car has to be as it comes from the dealer. So that's no snorkel, no wheel change, nothing. It has to be as delivered. Then we can do the suspension upgrade and it becomes recomplied under what's called second stage manufacture. And then we can add accessories once it's been registered from there. So with this one, a little bit, like I say, a little bit more flexibility in that we can have a bar and things like that. We get an engineer to come through, do the certifications, and then the vehicle rolls out of here with an increased GVM.
I know when we had our 300, the Accelerate 300, when we got our GVM upgrade, I found it really stiff to drive unless it was actually towing. In comparisons to, I'm not going to say which one we got, but in comparison to that, how will this sort of perform?
So with these ones, again, they are designed to have load on them. However, we do have a bit of adjustability, again, in this suspension setup so that we can change the way that the vehicle handles with rebound and compression. So they're the two contributing factors to how rough a ride feels. A ride could be stiff, that's based on springs, we can't change that. However, how the vehicle responds, say over corrugations or even speed bumps, can all be adjusted through our suspension systems that way. So again, it'll all come down to the end purpose. Our 300 was designed purely to show what we can do. It wasn't touring full time. If it was touring full time, it would have been a perfect vehicle for that. So this particular customer wants this upgrade because they want to load the car up a bit and get a bit of travel in. So for them, they'll notice it on the drive home, and then it'll become normal for them once they've had a few trips in it.
I'll let you fully get back to work soon. I've got a couple more questions. Any tips or advice once you've got your suspension done? Any, maintenance care, pro tips, coming from yourself?
Yep, so biggest thing when any real major work is done on a vehicle, whether that even be just getting new tyres put on, the wheels come off, 1,000 Ks after the work's done, whether you're confident to do it yourself, bring it back to the fitter. We run a spanner over everything just to make sure things have settled down and actually set into place. We make sure everything's still tight. That initial 1,000 Ks is where things settle. Once it's past that, we find you're pretty right to go, and then it's only every 10 or 15,000 Ks when you service it. Visual checks, make sure things aren't leaking or being impacted while you're out traveling, and just make sure everything's still tight and in place.
So there you have it from Josh. He's run you through a couple of questions we had about the suspension, also a few pro tips of if you do end up getting some of this work done, what you can look out for, and what you can look out for if you are considering a suspension upgrade, especially in a 300 Series LandCruiser. We are now fitting Lovells suspension here in our workshop in Maroochydore at Accelerate Off-Grid Touring. Accelerate Off-Grid Touring, powering your adventures.